Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I want to welcome everyone to our today's challenge, Just Jump Challenge, day 4. Welcome. I want to really say a big thank you to everyone who have been with us. I mean, if you have been with us since we started day 1, I want to say thank you to you. And I want to say a big thank you to our global team, who have been really working so hard, to make sure that every day is successful. So thank you to everyone for your hard work, and believe that this life challenge has been, transforming lives. We have been receiving a lot of messages all around, the world from different continents. This is really awesome. I'm super excited about this, and I want to say welcome to Just Jump Challenge Day 4. See, today is not an ordinary day. Today is an extraordinary day. Today is going to be powerful. Yesterday was awesome. Yesterday was power packed. Yesterday was our faith day, and we had fantastic, guests that actually helped us to understand a lot of things in about money mindset and the value creation. But today, we are moving to the next level completely. And today we are going to be focusing on something that is so powerful. So, are you ready for today? Are you ready? I want to welcome everyone. Let us know wherever you are joining us from, all around the world. I want you to type it in our comment section. Let us know where you are joining us from. I want to welcome you. Welcome, Daudu. Dauda, I want to welcome you. Dejoke, you're welcome. Let's just type something in our comment section. Let us know where you are joining us from. If you are joining us from Africa and in Europe, in the United States, from Canada, let us know. I want to welcome you because you are very important. Thank you from Lagos. Thank you very much. So I really want to appreciate everyone who has been part of this Just Jump challenge. I believe that you are going to jump into your next level. You are going to start doing something you have never done before. The purpose of this challenge is to support you, is to help you to do something you have never done before, to start that new idea, to do something new, and of course, to move to your next level. That's exactly why we are doing this. One thing I've discovered is this: execution is power. Execution is power. For you to experience a new result, you have to do something that you have never done before. Okay. But today, well, let me just keep it that way because today is going to be awesome. We have our guest backstage already, and I'm going to invite our guest in the next 3-4 minutes. But before we do that, let me quickly let me give you a recap of some of the things that we have been doing for the past 4 days. And I think this is very, very important because if you are joining us for the first time, it is very important for you to know some of the things that we have been focusing on. So let me share my screen so that you can understand our philosophy, and then of course not just our philosophy, so that you can have an idea of some of the things that you need to also focus on. Okay, so we need to be on the same page. As you can see on the screen, today we are focusing on personal growth plan. We are focusing on personal growth plan and value creation. Personal growth plan and value creation. That's what we are focusing on today. So, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Because I am ready. I'm ready. And our special guests are also ready for you. This is it. Your personal growth plan is very, very crucial. Value creation is very, very key. And you are going to understand more about this once we move into this section. Okay. The next thing is I want you to understand that Just Jump Challenge framework, we have 4 words that are in this framework. The first one is practice. The second one is content. The third one is assessment. And the last one is climate, because this is the right environment for you to grow. This is the right climate for you to grow. And this is our quotes for today. We have 2 quotes for today. Just Jump Challenge Day 4 quotes. The first one says, the value of an idea lies in the using of it. Thomas Edison. This Thomas Edison was an inventor. Of course, if you don't know about him, I will encourage you to Google his name. Okay. The second quote for today: you don't build a business, you build people, then people build the business. That's the second quote for today from Zig Ziglar. All right. And are you ready? Are you ready? I want to really charge you to be ready. I want to encourage you that, go away from all distractions, because we really need your focus throughout this, throughout today's sections. We're going to be having a lot of conversations today, focusing on personal growth and value creation. How can you become valuable wherever you are? How can you become a person of value in the world? How can you become someone that everyone will be looking for? We are going to focus on all these things today, and we're going to help you to know what you need to start today. And that's why we have our special guests. Our special guests are experts in this area. That's why we have them, here joining us to help us through, through these conversations, and of course, to give us the tips, and of course, to help you to know what you need to start doing today. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? I want you to send us some love, send us some likes, some, emojis. Well, let me say, can you just send us some, just jump emojis? Very important. Just jump emoji. I want you to send some, send some just jump. Let's see how you want to jump. Okay. Send us some emojis on just jump. I would love to see a lot of that. Okay. And send us some love, send us some likes. It is time for you to jump. It is time for you to jump. So let me welcome our first guest. Is backstage. I know him personally so much. I respect him so much. I respect his content so much. As a person of strategy, he's a man of content. And of course, well, don't let me say too much. You will understand what I'm talking about when we get started. Okay. Our first guest that I want to introduce is a pastor. Is an international leadership speaker. Is a business strategist. Is he is a researcher. Is someone that is so much respected when it comes to the place of knowledge. Thank God for that. God has given him a lot of wisdom, and is impacting lives all around the world. So I want you to join me to welcome Dr. Aderemi Badru. How are you today, sir?
I am doing very, very well. Thank you. How are you doing today, my brother?
I'm doing awesome. Good to have you here.
Awesome. Nice to be here also. Thank you.
And I'm very, very sure that all our viewers, are also excited to have you here because today is going to be really awesome. I'm very, very happy. Yesterday was really powerful. And I was just, sharing with our viewers that today is going to be more powerful.
I believe so. I want to thank you for doing this. I want to thank you for this very great and awesome program that you have put together at a time like this, so that people can be better equipped and prepared for the next level. Thank you for doing this. This is important.
You are very welcome, sir. We are very welcome, sir. and I'm chatting with our second guest. He should be joining us in a few minutes. And so once we have him in the back studio, I will just introduce him and, of course, bring him in. So before we get started, before I move into the questions that we have received from all our viewers, the first thing that I would love to say is to make an announcement and to give us some clarifications about what we have done so far. Well, the first announcement is to let you know that we selected a winner yesterday. We talk about it, and the winner already received his cash prize. It's very cool, to receive a bank, an alert, your phone. Of course, he received that alert yesterday. We sent him his cash prize. He was so excited, and I'm very happy. So our winner yesterday is Chinedu Victor Ifeocho. Ifeocho. I hope I pronounced his name very well. Thank you very much, Chinedu Victor. He lives in Nigeria. He was the winner yesterday, and we are so glad to let everybody be aware of that. And today we're going to have another winner. Yes, we are going to have another winner. But let me tell you something. Today's winner is going to receive much more. Yes, you're going to receive a gift that is worth $1,000. Yes, $1,000. That's a package for you today. So I'm going to explain that how to win. Now, you must do two things to win. Two things. Number one, you have to share this video. Now, you have to be the one who shares the video the most, and share this video on different pages, on platforms. I want you to share this video with everyone. Now, you must share this video while we are live on this broadcast, not after we end this call. So I want you to share the video right now. Share with everyone, your friends and the family. Very important. Someone somewhere in the world needs this message. Someone somewhere will become successful and achieve greatness because of this message. So I want you to share this video with everyone. Okay, that's the first thing. Number two, if you have done your homework, because we have homework every day. So we have that link on our page, on this page. If you have done your homework, if you have learned something from those questions and the task that we have in our workbook, I want you to post those things. Post them on this page. Now, don't put them in the comment section. I want you to post it on the page. Send it, share it with everybody, so that everybody can see what you have learned. So if you are bold enough, I would love you to do that. That's the first thing. Number two that you have to do, share all the things you've learned from our guests. If you have learned something very special that you are applying today, I want you to share those things. Share those things on this page. So post all the things you've learned, the actions that you are ready to take, and those ideas, those revelations. I want you to share them on this page. So we are going to select the winner, looking at those posts, looking at those things that you're going to share on the page, and whoever that shares the post, this live broadcast the most on Facebook, is going to be the winner today. We're going to announce the winner tomorrow. Okay. All right. So I want to congratulate whoever that is going to be the winner. So just do this right now, and I wish you good luck. Okay, so we have our second guest right here. He's already backstage, and I want to welcome him. See, let me tell you something about him. Well, when the first time that we met, I was so like, when you become deaf and dumb, looking at someone, like just listening to what someone is saying, I was like, oh my God, this is powerful. I learned so much from him the first time we met. And that's why we are so much fortunate to have him here. And I'm very much excited about this. He's a leadership speaker. He's a keynote speaker. He's a business consultant. He helps people everywhere he goes. In fact, he's impacting lives every day. He adds value to people. He's a man of value. So wherever he goes, he adds value to people. I want you to join me to welcome Gabriel Martinez. How are you doing today, sir? How are you doing, Gabriel?
Hey, brother, how are you?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. We're happy to have you here. We're happy
Awesome.
to have you.
My audio, I'm sorry, my audio is a little tricky right now.
Okay, we can hear you actually. I hope our audience can hear him very well. If you can hear him very well, can you just type yes,
One
I can
second, I'm
hear
gonna
him.
fix it.
Yes, can you just type I can hear him so that we can be sure that you are hearing Gabriel Martinez. Can you hear him? Yeah, Gabriel, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, someone said yes, that they can hear you. So let's get started. Let's get started. Let's do this. Okay. I want to welcome everybody once again, everyone who is joining us, and everyone is welcoming you, Gabriel Martinez. Everyone is welcoming you, Dr. Aderemi, Badru, and I want you to send us some love, send us some likes, okay? Send us some love. Very important. Because today is going to be awesome. All right, let's move into our today's conversation. We have some questions that our listeners have sent in, and we have put some questions together so that we can get this conversation started. So we are going to start from Dr. Aderemi Badru, and everyone has a why. Most people don't understand their why actually, and why and how are two important questions that everyone needs to answer if you really want to become successful in life.
That's true.
Now, most people focus more on their how, but they don't know their why. Most people have given up on themselves, they have given up on their businesses, on their great ideas, on everything that they are doing because they don't understand their why. So we would like to ask you this afternoon about this specific question. What is your personal story that inspired you to jump into what you are doing right now? In other words, what is your why?
Okay, well, that's a very important question, because I personally know that if you don't know why you are doing what you are doing, then whatever you are doing, you are wasting your time.
Hmm.
I have come to realize that a long time ago, and I know that people do things for various reasons. Some people do it because their friends want them to do it. Some people do it because their family wants them to do it. Some people do it because they want to make money. Some people do it because they want to make a name for themselves. But for me, three things are involved in why I am what I am today. Number one, I saw a vision. I saw a vision of a world that is broken, a vision of a world that is in need of hope, a vision of a world that is in need of someone to be an encourager, a vision of a world that is in need of comfort. I saw a vision of a broken world, a vision of people who are struggling, who are suffering, who are down, who are hopeless, who are feeling helpless. And in that vision that I saw myself as a source of hope to these hopeless people all around me. And I saw that. Secondly, I saw that I have been prepared from the various experiences of life, from the various things I have gone through myself. I have been prepared to meet those needs. I saw a vision of people who need hope, who need help, who need to be lifted, who need to be rescued, who need to be saved. And then I also saw myself as someone who's gone through all of those things so that I can be a source of hope to those who are going through what I have gone through. And so that is the second thing that motivated me, because I have been through it. I have seen it. So I know what it means to be broken. I know what it means to to be down. I know what it means to feel helpless. I know what it means to feel hopeless. And I have been through all of that. And then I saw myself being prepared through all of those things that I have gone through as a source of hope to others. And then also, God is the factor. God called me into it. And of course, when I began to do this, I was just 16 years old. And that's just the truth. I was just a teenager. And everyone I turned to seek counsel, when I sensed that God was calling me, when I started seeing this vision of a hopeless world, when I started seeing myself as a source of hope for my world, everyone I turned to told me, you are just a boy. You are just a little boy. You are just a child. There is nothing you can do. You can't do anything. Go and sit down. This is not an assignment for boys. This is an assignment for old people. And a lot of people try to discourage me, and they try to let me know that I can't do it. I am not qualified. But what I saw, the vision I saw of a broken world kept me going. The passion I have from my own personal experience kept me going. And then the fact that it was God who gave me this idea, this vision, this call kept me moving. So that is why I am doing what I am doing today. That is why I call myself a rebuilder of generations, a rebuilder of broken lives, and a builder for the next generation. So that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I saw it as a vision. God called me into it, and I have been prepared through my experience, various experiences in life. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. So now let me quickly ask you one question, because
Yes,
you mentioned something that really touched me. You said you started at 16,
yes,
and you are still doing the same thing till today.
yes, sir.
So why that you have not given up?
That's a very important question. I have to be honest with you. I am 37 years old now. So if I started at 16, that means I have been doing this consistently for several years now, more than a decade. And to be honest with you, I have gotten to several junctions of my life when I felt like I can't do this anymore. People have tried to stop me. Finances have tried to stop me, because when you get to a point when you want to organize an event to encourage people, you want to be there to support people, and then there is no resources to do it, you feel like not doing it. So I have faced opposition. I have faced various challenges. A lot of things have happened on my journey. In fact, right now, several things are happening, pointing me to the direction of don't do it anymore. Stop now. Stop now. But the truth is this. When I remember the vision I saw, every time I remember what I saw in that vision, because it was a vision of a hopeless world. It was a vision of people suffering and languishing in bondage. It was a vision of people that are crying out for help. And I still look at it today. Everywhere I turn, I can see multitude of people in the valley of decision. Many people are tired. Many people are purposeless. Many people are focusless. Many people have not found meaning for their existence. So when I see all of that, I am reminded why I must go on. That is why I keep moving. Then whenever I remember that this is not my idea, this is God's idea, it tells me, don't stop now. You can't stop. The reality is this. I would be foolish to stop what God started. So I have no right to stop what God initiated. And then let me also say this. I will be foolish to allow people to stop me from doing what I know I am created to do. This is what I am created to do. This is what I am alive to do. And so the fact that people are doing this right, left, and center, trying to hurt me, trying to pull me down, resources is scarce, that is not enough a reason for me to stop. So I keep doing it because I know there are people who need me out there, who need me to keep spreading the light, to keep bringing hope to them. So I can't stop. Stopping is not an option.
Wow, I love that. Stopping is not an option.
No.
All right, thank you very much. Well, you have said some things that I really love. We are going to touch base on those things later,
Okay.
especially on vision and of course on what you saw. I like that because I always tell people that if what you saw is not what you see right now, then what you see right now is temporary.
True.
It's
Absolutely.
temporary now
Absolutely.
because you saw something and that keeps you going.
Yes.
Let's go to Gabriel Martinez. Gabriel, I mean, you are a man of purpose. You are a man of wow. Well, I don't want to say too much. I want people to hear directly from you because I know how God has helped you, and of course, how you have been adding value to people. I'm going to ask you this same question. What is your personal story that inspired you to jump into what you are doing right now? In other words, what is your why?
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me on today, and also privileged to meet you as well. And my personal story also is similar with vision when it comes to um, having that vision of knowing your assignment, knowing your purpose, knowing your value, knowing what God called you to do, and always seeing that, always being in front of you, and you want to do that for everybody else. You want to serve everybody else. You want to train and equip and impart, and you want to build up and encourage, and that's actually our assignment. There are people that are called to equip, and so when it comes to just seeing other people and their purpose, their potential, their giftings, their abilities, their skills, their creativity. You want to see, your heart is moved to serve that. You're moved with compassion to serve that. How can we develop and grow that in somebody else? And not so much as in the way of how can we make everybody else like us, or how can we make everybody into a speaker or make everybody into this form of leader, but how can we invest into your gifting, your purpose, your assignment to mold you into the best version of who God created and predestined you to be. So whether if that is a speaker, if that is an entrepreneur, if that is a teacher, if it's a doctor, if it's a lawyer, whatever it is, whatever God's gift and call is upon your life, how to develop and shape that into the best version that God created you to be. And so every time you see somebody, you're just moved with compassion to serve their destiny, to serve their purpose. And it's a joy. You get fulfillment out of seeing the potential in somebody else, speaking to it, investing in it, depositing in it, and just any way to be able to serve, to reach their purpose, their potential, their place that God has called them to be. It's just a passion to be able to serve other people. And that's where I get most of the fulfillment out of. It's not so much as in, hey, this is the guy who helped me out, and this is the guy who opened up the door for me. Thank you, appreciate it. But the fulfillment is seeing you reaching your goals and God's plan for your life fulfilled.
Wow, that was awesome, Gabriel. But I have another follow-up question. You mentioned something that is very important when it comes to this is what God has called you to do. When God has called you to do something, then you focus on that thing. Now, you have faced a lot of challenges as a person, and of course, also in business. So why are you still doing what you are doing?
The challenges are, I use them now as confirmation that I'm, in the will of God, that this is the will or plan for our life, because the resistance is a reminder that you're in the process of development, you're in the process of maturity and growth. And each time you press through, you stay focused, you stay consistent, you see the growth, you see the maturity, you see the fruit, and you look back and you can say it was well worth it. And not only that, but now you start recognizing how many things you learned from that previous season that you're using in the next one, that you're using to help other people. Like, it's funny because the conversations that will just come up when you're either coaching or leading or speaking or whatever was a recent experience that you went through. And so it's just continual confirmation. And of course, we all have our days where we're like, I'm done, throw in the towel, forget this, I don't want it anymore. God, you can have it. But the truth is that there's still a strength that he gives us for the assignment, for the journey. There is a perseverance. There is something he places in each of us to keep going as long as we stay focused on him, put him first, seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and things just fall into place. He leads us and gives us the courage to encourage ourselves in the Lord, like David did.
Wow, wow. This is really good. This is really good. I'm really excited about this. Well, we have some other questions that we have received from our audience. And let me also encourage everyone, if you have any questions that you want us to ask our guests here, please send us those questions. Very important. You can type those questions in our comment, box. So let us know what you are thinking about. We have our guest here to clarify anything that you are confused about. Okay, so let's do that right now. Send us your questions, and we're going to address them accordingly. Well, I have another question here for Dr. Badru. This question is very important. In fact, millions of people, in fact, I wouldn't say millions, billions of people are really going through this issue right now. There are many people that have many ideas, fresh ideas, and they don't even know what to do about them. Some people will just think, oh, I don't know, it's not going to work well, and they just let go that idea, that beautiful idea. The question is this: how can someone turn a new idea into a product or a service?
Okay, well, I have to say the first thing you have to do when you have a new idea is write it down. You have to write it down. As a matter of fact, God told Habakkuk, he said, write the vision, make it plain. So most of the time when we have new ideas, you don't want to gamble with it. You want to be sure that you get it accurately. So write it down. And when you finish writing it down, you want to be clear about it. I realized that most of the time when people have ideas, visions, new dreams, they don't take their time to clarify, to be sure that this is it. This is what I am supposed to be doing. When I saw the vision that led me into what I am doing today, I had a conversation with someone that I didn't like. I had a conversation with one of my mentors. I told him the idea I had. I told him the vision I saw. I told him that I want to start going from place to place and bring hope to people. I told him everything, and he discouraged me. He practically told me, don't do it. You are too small to do it. But one thing I noticed was that as he was telling me all of those things, I'm talking of 1999, I'm talking of November 30th, 1999. As he was telling me all of those things, I was writing it down. He said 5 things to me. He said, number 1, Remy, don't start anything about this idea until you are sure that this idea is the idea you are supposed to focus on. He said, don't start anything on this idea until you are sure how you want to go about it. Don't start anything on this idea until you are sure where you are going to do it. Don't start anything on this idea until you are sure with whom you are going to do it. Don't start anything on this idea until you are sure when you are supposed to do it. Now, he told me all those things, and then I felt like this guy doesn't want me to do anything. But what I learned from everything he said to me is I am starting something already. The fact that I am writing it down, I am asking questions, I am talking to people about it, I am taking steps, I have started doing something about it. Most of the time, people want to start the idea in a big way. They don't want to start it in a small way. And that is where the problem is. Write it down and start small. Start it in your room. Start it on your desk. Start it with yourself. Start sharing the idea with yourself. Keep telling that idea to yourself. Let the idea become you. You have to become the idea. When you begin to see yourself as the idea, then nobody will be able to stop you. But you see, if you cannot see yourself as that idea, whenever you talk to people, they will easily discourage you. So what I did was I sat down. I kept working on my ideas. I kept writing. I kept thinking. I kept planning. I kept talking to people. That means I have started something. I wasn't waiting for a big moment. I started with my pen. And you know what I was doing again? I was writing to people, all my friends. I was telling them, do you know I have this vision? So everybody knew that I have started something. Even though I have no office, but I have a home. Even though I have no team, but I have myself and myself. And so I was the team, I was the office, I was everything. So by the time people begin to see what I was doing over the years, they say, oh, we know it, we saw it. But I started the first time, I got the idea. So what I'm trying to say is this: don't wait for anyone to support your idea until you start. You be convinced of that idea. You be sure of that idea and run with it.
Ooh, that's really hot. I love that. I love that. Wow. I really love that. I think this issue of idea is something that we need to really take as a delicate topic. Because most people actually let go the ideas. And, let's think about it. When an iPhone, and also if you look at the laptop, Apple, I mean, imagine if the owner of the idea said, I don't know if people are going to accept this, a new product. Let's imagine if he said that. Today we have the product all around the world. Let's imagine if, Bill Gates was like, I'm not sure if people will accept this product. And he never took any action on Microsoft, never did anything about it. How are we going to be talking about Microsoft today? And let's think about all the products and services that we're enjoying. Even this live stream, Facebook was an idea. StreamYard that we are using, this software was an idea. The chair that I'm seated on right now was an idea. This microphone was an idea. Everything that we can see was first an idea. That's why I really love what you just said now. You took action. You do something about it. And you started running with the idea. Thank you very much for that, sir. We really appreciate that. We are still coming back to the issue of idea. But let's move to Gabriel Martinez. Gabriel, we have one beautiful question for you here today. And, right now in this world, many people are going through a lot of troubles. I mean, a lot of families. But I mean, looking at this crisis that is going on in our world today, unfortunately, many people have lost their businesses. And we want to really help small businesses today. And that's why we want to focus on this. We received some questions concerning how to grow businesses even in crisis. So the question is this: how can small businesses continue to grow in today's world?
Absolutely. Well, I'm always encouraging clients, business owners, whoever, if they are a public service, whatever they do, check in with your customers, check in with your clients, just text them, see how they're doing, call them, see how they're doing. Is anything that they need, especially right now in this time? People want to feel certainty. They want to feel security. They want to feel that there's hope. They want to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And so when somebody that is serving them a product or a service checks up on them, how are you? How's everything going? How's the family? Are you all right? Awesome, great. They are always going to keep you in the back of your mind, their mind. They're always going to remember, I have to support this company. They looked out for me. It's more than just, me buying from this company or whatever. We've established relationship. There's trust. There's transparency here. And so when it comes to serving clients, I definitely encourage all of them to continue to check in with them. But also, if you have to change your model a little bit, tweak it in the way of do survey. Check to find out exactly what the need is right now, what the problem is right now. Find out exactly what people are needing and how you can serve that, how you can provide for that. Not just, it's not so much as about more advertising. It's not about how many more ads you can put out. It's not about how many people you can call up and try to sell to them and stuff. It's how can I serve during this time right now? Many people are they're afraid of where they're gonna, receive money from. They have to close their doors. They're having to, I saw, I think, one office building that I worked next to, I had seen that week, there was about 3 different moving trucks in the same day clearing out the offices. And it was a very sad thing to see, because I know companies are closing their doors right now. But if we can still adjust our approach a little bit to see if there's something that you need, how can I, serve in that way? But most importantly, I'm encouraging the clients is to just check on your clients, just call them, see how they're doing. And from that, the conversation will lead into talking more business. And there's a good chance, higher percentage rate, that they will refer people to you, that they are going to send people your way. Because of course, right now, people are watching their spending a little bit more. They are watching, they're not able to do so much as their own personal business. So if you were maybe a supplier of, products for their personal business to continue running, they may have dropped numbers and they may have affected the order that they put into your company. But the main thing I definitely encourage is check up on them, keep the relationship going, is the most important thing I can say. Because at the end of all of this, which this will pass, they're going to remember the relationship that you built, the trust that you built, the certainty that you brought hope, that you were the light in the midst of darkness, and it's going to send more people your way afterwards. So stay encouraged.
I have some questions that I would like to ask you concerning this that you just shared, because our today's quote, one of our today's quotes is this: you don't build a business, you build people, then people build the business. Now, what do you think about that quote, building people to build your business, as a small business owner?
Absolutely. There's a firm belief that I have that if you build people, then you'll develop the value in them for them to add the value to the vision. There's so many people that have creativity for a vision of somebody else, for a company, for an industry, whatever, a movement, an organization, a ministry, church, whatever it is, because a lot of times the leader can't delegate, they can't trust somebody, they don't know how to develop the person as a leader, then the other one just sits on their potential. They sit on their giftings to take something to the next level. As a leader, it's our job to recognize what our weaknesses are and not try to still be in control of what we're not good at. That's the purpose of the team. The team is supposed to be good at the things that we're not good at. There's a reason why we have strengths. Our strengths and our weaknesses is what makes our strengths stand out. And if I spend so much time trying to control everything, have my hands in everything, then I'm not doing my job as a leader. This company will not go where it's supposed to. I haven't done my part to develop other people, entrust them with something, give them an opportunity to grow. Because how does a father train his son to develop and grow or learn the family business? He entrusts him with more responsibility little by little, gives him an assignment, gives him room to fail, and he's constantly there reminding him that you're doing well, son. That's good job. Awesome. Great. Let's take this. What did we learn from it? And give them a chance to grow and develop and mature from their mistakes, but not to control them. As a leader, we can't keep people from making mistakes. Our job is to teach them how to, or show them, give them the example. But when they do, not if, but when they do make the mistake, our job is to take it and turn it into a lesson, not to get rid of them and find somebody else who's not going to make that same mistake. Because if it's just about getting a particular job done or a service and not about developing people, we're going to have a high turnover rate of employees, and we're not going to do our job as a leader. We'll constantly be frustrated, and then we will never get to rest or take a break because we got to do everything ourselves now. So there's so much more that goes into it. We have to, first of all, make people our priority. If we can take our business from product to people, then we'll be able to grow.
Wow, 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 wow. I love that last statement. Very, very key. Because most people focus more on the sales. Oh, I want more sales. I want profits without building people. And they don't have the understanding that if you build people, that sales, that profit will take care of itself, because people will produce that result that you need. Wow, I love that. So every leader needs to put people first. And that, because that is the responsibility of the leader. And not because things are not working right now, you just fire everybody. You just fire everybody without helping them to grow. I would like to ask you this question before we move to Dr. Aderemi. This will probably be the last question. Looking at your advice for leaders, for leaders, what do you think is more important, professionalism or passion? When you want to bring people into your company.
Can you repeat it one more time? You broke up for a second.
Yes. Okay. This is for leaders. This is for small business owners, because many people are hiring right now. So what do you think is more important, professionalism or passion for the business? If a small business owner wants to hire someone into his or her business, which one is more important? Is it the passion that you see in that person or the professionalism? What do you think?
Absolutely. I definitely believe it's passion, because you can train skill, you can teach skill, you can teach the how the business is ran. You can train somebody how to run a system and how to produce a product. But if the heart is the character is flawed, if they're not teachable, if I'm just here for a paycheck, then if you're only giving me $10, $12 an hour, I'm going to give you $9.50 and $11.50 worth of performance. I'm going to show up just in time to clock in, and I'm going to leave right when it's time for me to clock out. And so I'll cut corners, and there's all these other things that I'll do because it's just about a paycheck. I'm selling you my time in return for an hourly wage. But if I have passion, then I'm going to go out of my way to find out and ask you and serve you as a leader. How can I make your job easier? How can I make you look like a genius? If you entrusted me with the opportunity to serve you here in the company, then if I have passion, then how can I add value wherever I go? Because most importantly, we got to know passion comes from God. Passion is a gift and something that God gives us from the inside. That's like an energy, it's a determination, it's a creativity, it's innovation, it's ideas, it's all this kind of stuff to steward what God gives us to make it grow and to prosper. From the very beginning, the garden, the assignment that God put on Adam and Eve was to be fruitful, to multiply, to increase, to fill the earth, to subdue and have dominion. When he said fill the earth, he wasn't just talking about multiplying and having babies or whatever. That was multiply when he said that. But when he said fill the earth, he was saying take the governing authority to increase whatever you've been given and multiply. They were never supposed to just stay in the garden. They were supposed to expand the garden. And that assignment or that grace never left man. He said the ground was cursed. He didn't say man was cursed. And so that assignment is still on man to take whatever we've been entrusted with, grow it. And so when the garden had a certain boundary or a limit, it reached to a certain place. The moment they stepped out of it, they were supposed to increase and expand the garden. And so the moment God gives us something and he gives us passion to fulfill whatever what he's placed in us, that wherever we go, we are supposed to add value to it. We're supposed to increase it. We're supposed to multiply it, take it to another level, even if we're not the owner of it. If you give me something to be responsible for and to multiply, then I have to be a good steward of that, because truthfully, God gave it to me. God gave me the opportunity to serve and entrust. If you're faithful with another man's, God will increase you. And so even though it's not mine, I still have the grace to grow it. I still have the ability and the assignment to grow it. So we gotta have passion. If we're professional, it's because we're good at doing what we were told to do. If we have passion, we'll be good at what we're told to do, but we will also go above and beyond, and we'll also train other people to be good at what they're doing. And so not only am I going to take what you've given me, I am going to train others to take what you've given them and be good at that and continue to grow it and multiply. It's just in our nature to grow something. But if my passion has been turned off, it's probably because, most importantly, a lack of vision, and I'm still insecure about something. I'm unsure of my ability or the grace I carry to grow something, and I'm just wanting a paycheck. But definitely, sorry, I went on a little rabbit trail here, but definitely passion. Definitely passion.
Oh, this is really good. This is really good. Wow. Thank you very much. Because many small business owners have missed this because they focus more on professionalism. Professionalism is very important. I really love the way you answered it. In fact, you have said it all. Thank you very much. And I believe that our audience, have got something from that. Both passion and professionalism are important, but the passion is more important, like we've just heard from Gabriel Martinez. More important. You can train people to become whatever you want as the visionary, but you can't just give people passion. You can't give them passion. All right. Thank you, Gabriel. We appreciate that. Dr. Aderemi, we have a question for you.
Okay.
Looking at ideas, we're still coming back to ideas. Looking at people turning their ideas to products and services. For example, this book, someone won this book. Isaac Chika actually won this gift on our first day. He won these two books, and also the audio book. And of course, a coaching program as well. We're going to deliver all that. This book was first an idea, just jump. This challenge was first an idea. First step to leadership was first an idea.
Right.
Everything we see around us was first an idea. Most people are they are afraid to jump, to do something about the idea that they have in them. Because most people think, nobody will support me. My family don't like that idea. My friends don't like that idea. My best friend doesn't like that idea. In fact, I've heard that before in one of my coaching sections. That my best friend said it's not going to work. Best friend, okay? Let's underline that word. Because I hear people every time, he's my best friend, she's my best friend. But they don't even connect in the place of purpose. So when that idea won't work, what do you think our viewers today should understand about turning their ideas, the ideas they've been sitting on for many years. What do you think they should do today to jump and turn those ideas into products and services?
Well, that's a very important question, my brother. And thank you, Gabriel, for your answers. I really, really got some very powerful truth from what you shared. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I have come to realize that you either live out your dream or you live out your fears. You at a point in life, you have to make a choice. Either you are living out your dream or you are living out your fears. And the problem is this: you can't live out both of them, because your fears will not stop your dream from coming to pass. And you have to understand that everyone has fears. Now, when people say Bill Gates, when they say Warren Buffett, when they talk about the owner of Amazon, when they talk about all these folks who have turned ideas into great stuffs, people don't know that these guys are also human beings like us who had fears. They were also scared. So every one of us at some point in life, we have fears, because we are human, because we always face that stage of uncertainty. We don't know what is going to happen next. But the truth is this: the fact that you have fears does not mean that you cannot overcome your fears. The fact that you are afraid of what you want to do does not mean that you cannot overcome that fear. And you see, the difference between those who have successfully turned their ideas into products and those who are unable to do it is that the others are able to conquer their fears, while the others were not able to. So the issue really is, will you be able to conquer your fear? Because you have to conquer it. Because your fear will stop you from doing the things that you need to do. Your fears will stop you from achieving the goals that you need to achieve. And how do you conquer your fears? Number one, you must always remind yourself that your dreams, your ideas are not just about you. There are people who are dependent on your ideas. There are people who are dependent on your vision. To be honest with you, if the owner of Amazon refused to take the risk he took, the world will suffer for it. If the owner, the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, if he refused to do what he did when he started, the world will suffer for it. If you, my brother, if you are not doing what you are doing right now, the world will suffer for it. Your idea is greater than you. It's not just about you. So you have to see beyond just, I want to make money, I want to survive, I want to have a life, I want to buy cars. Your idea is bigger than you. And if you fail to do something about it, generations will rise up and they will say, woe unto that guy who refused to do something about his ideas. So you have to understand that your ideas are greater than yourself. So you must be willing to overcome the fear that comes with, oh, what if I start and fail? The fact that you are afraid of failure means that you are not willing to do anything. Because success in itself is all about failing and failing forward. Let me say that again. Success in itself is all about failing and failing forward. Everyone that is successful today failed at some point. I have failed several times, but failure is not the end. Failure is just a means. Failure is not the end of everything. You are in a process. So the fact that you failed at this attempt doesn't mean that you should not try again. So you have to keep trying. You have to be, and I tell all my friends, I said, if you don't want to fail, don't do anything. If you don't want to fail, don't try anything, because you will fail. I am being honest. Even as a preacher, the first time I preached, I failed. I didn't like it. And there are times that when I finish talking or finish preaching, I go into my room and I watch the video again. I'm like, oh, what did I just do? But that doesn't mean that I will stop doing it. I will keep doing it, because the fact that I failed in that attempt does not mean that I will not succeed again. So don't let the fear of failure kill your passion. My brother talked about passion now. You see, if you let the fear of failure kill your passion, you will achieve nothing in life. because your passion must be intact. Your passion must not be killed by anything. The storms will range, the opposition will rise, people will hate you, people will do all of those things to you. But the truth is that your passion must be intact. Number 3, you must be willing to take risk all the time. Risk takers are those people that will succeed in the midst of anything. Life is all about taking risk. Not taking one in itself is a risk. The fact that you don't want to take a risk means that you are risking everything. In fact, you are risking everything, because at the end of the day, you will end up with nothing. When I published my first book, I was 20 years old. And you see, being from the kind of background I came from, as a young boy, telling people all around me that I have a book I want to publish at the age of 20, everyone was telling me, what are you rushing about? What is wrong with you? Why are you jumping ahead of your time? You know, some people told me that you are jumping ahead. You are jumping. What is wrong? Always jumping. And I'm like, look, I believe this message is for now. I am convinced about this message. They told me, they said you will fail. If you keep doing it that way, you won't succeed. Guess what? I published it. It was filled with many mistakes, many errors. I didn't get it at once, but that has not stopped me from publishing. I have published about 15 now. But you know what? Every new one is better than the old one. So if I didn't do the first one, I won't be better than the one that I did before. So you have to keep failing forward for you to get to the level you want to get to. So I just believe that it's all about you moving on in spite of your failures. So that's what I think.
I love that. That's fire.
Thank you, brother.
Awesome. I love something you said. Success is all about failing forward.
Yes, sir.
All about failing forward. You know, one thing I know is that if you don't jump, I know that very well. That if you don't jump, nothing will happen.
True.
But if you jump, even if you fail, you have learned. You've learned something.
Left where you were before.
Yes, you've left where you were. I mean, you've done something. You've moved, and nothing moves until you move it.
Yes, sir.
This phone will stay. We stay in. If I did, this phone will just stay here. If I don't push the phone, I need to push this phone for this phone to move.
Yeah.
So there must be an effort. There must be an external effort. That's exactly what we are talking about. Wow, thank you very much for that. And I want to really encourage all our audience here. Please, just do something about that idea. Stop sitting down on that idea. That idea is not just about you. It is about others. See, the moment you focus on me, you will never do anything about it. But when you focus on others, you will step out. You will do something about something that you can do something about. You can do something about it. Before we end this call, I really want to appreciate our guests. I will give our guests the opportunity to give us the final advice, probably like 1 or 2 minutes, and just to summarize everything today. Gabriel, let's start from you. What would be your final advice today?
I am personally doing this myself. I'm going back to the drawing board. I am revisiting the vision that God gave me from the very beginning. And I believe that every goal, every business, everything that you start should always have the vision, the blueprint, the end goal in mind, so that you know where to start. You always got to finish the vision first, and then you can start. You can set goals, you can set plans and strategies, execute, and then repeat. And then every time you are critiquing it, you are sharpening it, you are perfecting it, making it better. But we always got to go back to what was the original reason we started this in the first place.
Yes,
what
sir.
did God say from the very beginning? What was the vision he gave us? What did we see? Even if it goes all the way back to your childhood, not just when you had an idea and you started it. The idea a lot of times is a tool, or it is a It's part of the thing that will add to the ultimate vision. But ultimately, the vision is huge. It's a journey. It's a long-term process. So go back and think about the vision that God gave you from the very beginning, and create a plan, goals, strategy, execution, and set targets. Don't just try to reach everybody. Don't just try to influence everyone. Don't try to sell to everybody. Set targets. Set your target audience, your target market, your target niche, your target product, everything that you are good at, something that will set you apart from the rest in your own unique way, that will give you value and that will make you the go-to guy in your industry. You can have so many different competitors with the same product, but if you set your targets, then your targets will be able to separate you from your competitors. It will make you stand out, and you're not going to be insecure or discouraged trying to chase their clients, trying to chase their customers. You will attract your own. And not only that, is I also challenge folks is to build relationships with your competitors, build trust with your competitors, because when you both understand what sets you apart and makes you unique, y'all understand better how to serve each other. You can add value towards each other. And not only that, everybody's going to focus on their targets and stay away from yours. So
wow, excellent.
Go back to the vision again and set targets.
Thank you.
Excellent. That was a powerful advice. And I hope that everyone that is here with us will take that advice and do something about that. Please, I want to encourage you that you should watch this video over and over again. Don't just stop watching after this live broadcast. I want you to go back to the video, watch the video over and over again, at least 7 times, so that you can understand this message, so that this message will sink into you. And that's when you will start applying everything that our guests today have shared. Say, what you don't know, you don't know. What you don't understand, you don't understand. And if you don't understand, you will never apply. Okay? You will never execute. In fact, I love to say you will never jump. Okay? Just jump. Jump. Let's go to Dr. Aderemi. What would be your final advice today?
Okay, let me say 2 things quickly. First, thank you for bringing us on. Thank you so much for bringing us on.
You're welcome, sir.
I appreciate meeting Gabriel Martinez today. It's an honor having to hear from you. You have said something that I need to do. Revisit the vision. I will revisit the vision. I'll go back and check again, because you want to be sure that you are still doing it the way you are supposed to do it. Okay. So I want to say 2 things quickly. I won't take much time. A story was told of a man who was crippled, both hands and legs. He couldn't walk. He couldn't do anything by himself. People they have to push him. They have to take him from one spot to the other. In fact, he could not lift any part of his body. And the doctors, the physical therapist, the guy that has been working with him, they've been trying to get him to move, but he wasn't moving. They've been trying to do everything. He wasn't moving. So one day, they thought of doing something. They decided to leave him alone in the room. And they put an artificial snake. They put a snake in the room with him. The snake was living, but the snake is not poisonous. The snake cannot bite. So they put that big snake alone with the guy in the room. So out of fear, within 2 hours, the guy that they have been trying to move from one point to the other, when they came back in, they discovered that he has moved from where he was to the other point. He was almost moving to the door. I was able to do that because he was able to gather the strength in him. He had strength in him, even though he had no physical strength. What am I saying? You see, there are times in life that we don't have physical strength anymore. We are exhausted. Our background is exhausting sometimes. The friends around us can be exhausting. Life can be exhausting. Resources, the fact that we don't have resources can be exhausting. And you come to that conclusion, I can't do it. But the truth is this: you can do much more than you can even imagine yourself. Because you have to stop looking at what you cannot do on the outside. You have to start looking at what you can do from the inside. And that's why the Bible says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The strength comes from him, and the strength comes from your inside. And so if you accept defeat from the inside, you will do nothing. So that's my first counsel to anyone that is watching this today. Don't ever conclude that you cannot do anything. Even if everything around you is telling you you cannot achieve it, gather strength from your inside. Rely on God to give you strength. Rely on God's ability to give you strength to do whatever you want to do. Secondly, please don't ever forget that the difference between here and there is time. You know, I told you, my brother, the difference between here, H-E-R-E, and there, T-H-E-R-E, is T, just one letter, and it's time. The difference between where you are and where you are trying to go is time. So give it time. So even if things are not working, don't stop. If there is anything I have learned from Mr. Wale Adekola, is consistency. He comes online every day. He shares a post every day. He sends brokers to me every day, even when I am not going to read it. I keep seeing something from him every now and then. Give it time. Consistently do things. You will get there. In the last book I published, I just can't stop here. I made it clear. Many people gave up too soon. And I'm going to stop at that. Don't give up too soon. Even if you start now and nobody is joining you, keep doing it. Keep moving. It's just a matter of time. You will get there. Thank you for inviting me.
Woo.
I appreciate this.
Woo, thank you very much. I want to say thank you so much. And I really want to appreciate our guests today. Our guests have done fantastic job. And I believe all our viewers would also agree with me that they've done so, a great job today, helping us to understand how to turn ideas into products and services, and also how to continue to grow your business, even in today's world. I want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Let go the fear of failure. In fact, let go the fear of success, because some people, they don't want to jump because they are afraid of success. They're afraid of success. Oh, how am I going to handle that? That's too big for me. Now, the reason why you're afraid of that is because you are only seeing yourself. You don't look at other people. When you look at other people, you would never be afraid of success. Okay? And some people are also afraid of the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Just jump. Just do it. And that's why I wrote this book, Just Jump. And this book is impacting lives all around the world. Don't forget to grab your copies. It's everywhere online, on Amazon, on audible.com, everywhere. Just look for it. You will get it. And then read that book. That book will help you to jump, okay? It's going to help you to jump. All right. I want to really say thank you to everybody. Thank you, Gabriel Martinez. Thank you, my dear brother, Aderemi, Badru.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you. I value your time and, of course, your content, and how you have been helping people. And, of course, this is what you do every day. And I love to tell people that's one thing I do every day, raising eagles. And I will continue to do this until you succeed. I'm sticking to that. Okay. Well, this would be at the end of today's broadcast. And I want to encourage all our viewers that tomorrow will be Just Jump Challenge Day 5. We are going to announce the winner. Don't forget, whoever that shares this post while we are here the most will be the winner. And then that's the number one thing you need to do. Number two, you need to post on this page. Let us know what you have learned from all our guests since we started. If you have learned something special, share that post. Post it on this page. Wale, Grow and Lead with Wale Adekola. Make sure you post it. Then, or maybe you have a revelation or an idea or something about the workbook, the homework that we share every day. So make sure you post something. Let's read from you. So whoever that actually does that is going to receive that award. So it's going to be a big prize, and we're going to announce the winner tomorrow. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for joining us. Remember, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on that business. Don't give up on that idea. Don't give up on your family. Keep doing it, because one day you will succeed and you will be celebrated. Thank you once again, and bye for now. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Raleigh.
Thank you.
Bless you, Dr. Badru.
Bye. Nice to meet you, brother.